Hi, this is Ishwar Rao. I'm with Elucian. Elucian is a company which is into higher education, in terms of building a ERP for the higher education market. We've been around for more than 50 years. I've been with this company for about 4.5 years now. Overall, we have 3,000 plus employees across the globe. In India, we are about 600 plus, and we are based out of Bangalore only. We don't have any offices outside of Bangalore, and we are on the outer ring road. We do offer internship program. Been very successful. We've been doing this for a couple of years now. We definitely look to this program to actually get us the right kind of talent. Just paid. There has to be some kind of motivation, so we do pay. We insist that employees come into the office because the learning is a lot more. But because of the pandemic, I think from last year, we had no choice but to do remote. But if we get back to the office next year, we definitely want everyone to come into the office because that's the fun part of it, and the learning is a lot more. The timelines are 6 months before we start the program, we actually reach out to the colleges. So sometime in the month of August or so during the year, we reach out to the colleges, right? And then we start marketing our company. We talk to the students, we make presentations. And just sometime in the month of December, we start shortlisting people and make offers to all the shortlisted candidates, depending on the numbers that we have finalized in the back end. And the internship typically starts in the month of January end and then goes on all the way till April. So it's a 3-month internship. And this is as per the curriculum that's been recommended by the universities. The assessment, which starts in the month of August, September, we normally reach out to the colleges. And the month of September, we go ahead and have an online test. We use HackerEarth, and it's an online test which will, assess them on technical capabilities, basically logic and reasoning. And then you will also have a lot of questions which are more objective type, right? It basically to see what are the kind of logic that you're using, what are the kind of reasoning that you're using. So that will be basically aptitude also. Now, besides that, we also have the shortlisted candidates who will be interviewed by our panel. And the panel consists of technical folks and the hiring manager. All right. And once that is done, we finally come with the numbers that we want to hire. So typically, we take anywhere between 25 to 35 people per year. And that's been wonderful for us because the program has always generated those kind of numbers for us. Initially, we started off by reaching out to colleges because a lot of folks did not know about Elucian because the internship program also was in the nascent stage in the company. But once we started reaching out, I think there were a lot of inputs from the managers, inputs from the mentors, telling us what are the colleges that we should actually approach. And we started, going and speaking to them. So we started with a few of them, and then we reached out to many more. Today, we reach out to at least 5 or 6 of them to meet our numbers. I think that's pretty decent for us. And mostly we go into Bangalore itself. We don't go outside of Bangalore at this point. It's mostly CS, computer science, and IT. That is what we have been taking. But in the beginning, we did explore with other branches as well. But now we have strictly adhered to CS and IT because it's easier for them to adapt to the technical, internship that they go through. So we start with a cutoff with 70% in their academics. That is a must for us. At least we look at the top layer of the students to start with. And thereafter, we have the technical round through HackerEarth, which is an online testing that we do. Now, once that is done, the very critical things I think people do miss out because technical is not everything. We need to look for something more than that because that is critical in terms of making an intern successful, to be converted as a full-time employee, also to progress in their career much faster, right? And these behaviors are, for example, we are categorized into 3, right? Intellectual, interpersonal, and motivation. Now, if I have to define them, each of them, then under intellectual, I would probably say, how do you articulate yourself? right? How do you communicate? How do you articulate? These qualities are really important when you're actually talking to your team members, your hiring managers, you're in meetings with people outside of India. Now that becomes critical, that you're able to clearly articulate what your thoughts are, what your ideas are, right? That is the first and foremost. Second is, are you organized, right? How do you organize yourself? Ability to structure a task and being self-driven, okay? While initially you will be given directions, you will be given all the tools and everything else, but you are required to be organized yourself, come up with ideas, take initiatives, right? Now that you need to have an organizing skill. How well have you organized yourself over the years? Even when you're doing your academics, even in college, how did you work on your projects? How did you work with your team? That becomes very important. Sharing of those experiences helps us decide whether this person is organized or not. Now, we also have included strategic thinking, right? But this may be too much of a ask at the start as an intern. But even an iota of this behavior helps us to look at this person much better over the others, right? Now, this basically to look at whether the person has a short-term or a long-term kind of a thinking, anticipation and preparation to cope with situations that change. Okay. Now, even if it's little bit, that they can think on those lines, that's good enough for us. We know that a lot of people who are experienced also don't have a good strategic thinking, but we do anticipate something in those lines, which will help them grow, right? So that is on the intellectual. Second, you go on to interpersonal. Collaborative. You need to be collaborative. How do you partner with your team members? How do you partner with your other people who are not in your direct teams, right? How do you network, right? Networking skills. This is very important, and I know an intern does really well in college, right? You network, but you network with people who you don't like, because here you cannot force yourself, right? You have to work with people who, whether you like them or not. That's the team, right? And you need to have a win-win situation in those kind of situations. So networking skills are very, very important. And how do you build relationships, right? You need to be diplomatic in terms of how your communication with your team members are. You cannot be saying, okay, this is how I am, this is how I'm going to behave. That's not going to get you anywhere, right? You will get your feedback at the end of every week when you have your reviews with your mentors and the hiring managers. So that is interpersonal. Then the last one is motivational. Are you a continuous learner, right? Do you learn? How have you learned in the past, right? Not just the college curriculum, but much more than that, right? Now, have you taken initiatives outside of the college curriculum to learn in the areas of technical or in the areas of soft skills and to develop your personality, right? Now, that is really, really important, and especially in our kind of a industry, which is in the higher education space. It's really important to see whether you're learning or not, because you need to be relevant, right? It is a dynamic, place where the technology keeps changing, and you need to learn that and be relevant. Now, if you're expecting somebody to push you to do that, you will only stay behind, right? So it's all the more reason for you to actually spend more time on your own. And as a company, we actually encourage that by giving you certain benefits if you're a full-time employee. We have something called the Education Assistance Program, which every employee gets 50,000 rupees per year to ensure that they're doing certifications, they do technical programs, they're doing personality development courses, any of those, right? And it's a must. You cannot get that cash without doing the course, right? It is a reimbursement policy and not something, it's an entitlement, right? So that's important, and continuous learning is important. Second is customer oriented, right? How well are you tuned to serving your customers? Now, we do say customers are God, right? And every employee in our company actually treats customers, whether internal or external, the same way, right? You cannot be choosing one way or the other because the person is external, he gives me revenues, right? So that's why I should treat him much better than the internal customer. But your chain over here within the company, if you don't treat your own team members as a customer, then you will not be actually meeting your goals, right? And everything is a team goal, right? It's not an individual. While you work individually, but you need to work together to come up with your assigned tasks, right? So that's important as customer oriented. And you need to be enterprising, independently engage with people, stakeholders to organize and manage and develop business. But these are qualities that we normally look for when we are identifying an employee. Yeah, Yeah, what we have seen is, they think that the questions are going to be the same. If we have asked somebody, if we have asked somebody, then the same question would be asked to the next person who comes for the interview. It's not so. Whether it is the assessment online, whether it is the assessment, with the live interviews that happen either through Zoom or in person, the questions are very dynamic, right? So you need to be prepared and be yourself and not try to copy somebody else, right? And second, we have seen people that they only stick to the academics and nothing else, right? They only look at the academics and they performed really well, no doubt about that. But I talked to you about the qualities of a person, right? If you are not motivated, you're not taking opportunities which is outside of it, then I don't think that person will fit in. Okay, he or she may do really well in the first 1 year, 2 years, but thereafter the growth becomes difficult. So you need to have those qualities to ensure that you're doing well overall, not just limiting yourself. And a lot of people normally think that the way to grow is only vertical, that you keep getting your titles and promotions every year or every other year, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to start looking at going lateral. It's like climbing a mountain or a hill. If you look at it, you never go straight. You always go sideways and find easier ways, but you learn a lot by doing that, and then eventually you hit the summit. And that's exactly what we look for in a career as well in our company. So interns, I would be very happy when they start doing that, learning from different people, different opportunities, different subjects or different technologies, which is not part of the curriculum. That helps a lot. The nature of work in our company normally relies on either you're a developer or a tester. Okay, the testing kind of roles. Right? These are the two primary kind of internship roles that we provide for. But we also give them an exposure in terms of the services organization, in terms of how do you actually work with the clients, what kind of projects you work, how do you do integration, how do you do implementation. But that's more in theory. We don't get into practice because they're not ready to face a client at that point of time, right? So, but that exposure is given to them, for about 2 weeks in the entire 3 months program, right? Now, but more so, it will be more of developers and more in the area of testing of software. These are the two primary areas. Now, whether it is live projects or whether it is more of a simulated one, mostly it would be simulated. But we have seen that people who have come up with projects at the end of the internship program, those features were ready to be put into the live projects, live product, right? And some of them actually who joined us could see those features being implemented into the product, and that gave them immense, happiness, because they get to see live as to what's happened. So that's the kind of correlation that we do, but it's normally not promised that it's going to be live, because we're not supposed to do that. Okay, it will only impact the product or it will impact the customer. So we normally tend to get them to do simulated, but it is as good as live project because it's the same features that we actually ask them to do. Yeah. So selection criteria to convert from an internship to a full-time employee. At the end of 3 months, we normally have a discussion among the mentors and hiring managers in terms of the performance. And this performance is determined over the 3 months that the people actually work with us as interns, right? One. Second, we do have a lot of assessment that happens, whether it is by way of hackathon or by way of project presentations, because we do have a project fair at the end of 3 months. Okay, and where they present to every mentor and every hiring manager who's involved in the internship program. When we were in the office, we would do that for all employees. They have to present it to all the employees, right? And it is quite fascinating to see how they actually present. We also look at the confidence levels. We also look at the motivation that comes in. So as teams or as individuals, they can do that. Now, based on that, they are rated by the employees and the mentors and the managers. Right? We do have a software where they go in and say, okay, this project was the best. You give a rating of, let's say, 5 or 4 or whatever that is. Now, once that is done, we actually collate that. And once we collate it, and between the mentors and hiring managers, HR brings all of them together to discuss each and every individual that we have actually brought them as interns, right? And they are all looked at in terms of strengths and opportunities of improvement, right? And we also look at the number of positions we can actually fill. That's also equally important because we can't take everyone, right? As a company, we need to decide what are the positions open that we can actually fill with recent college graduates. Now, once we have done that, then we start marking out all the top people, going by the feedback that we get from both the mentors and the hiring manager. Thereafter, we start filling up the positions by giving out the offers. So it can be anywhere between 50 to 80% of the folks who join us as interns are made offers. That has been the record so far, and that is quite interesting to see how this year pans out for us. I think interns have been fantastic for us to spot the talent and spot them early, right? Because they are also testing us out as a company in terms of culture, in terms of how we work and what the products that we have in the market. Okay. What is that they can connect as a passion that they can carry on in terms of building their career with us, right? So it's a give and take. We are also trying to evaluate them to bring in the right kind of talent. It gives them 3 months to evaluate the company as well, right? And what we have seen is some of these interns, in fact, majority of the interns have some kind of an offer in hand before they choose to do internship with us, because they have been placed by the campus with various companies, right? And those could be either training, kind of a situation where 6 months of training before they get converted, or it could be just a offer itself. But what we have seen is all the interns who joined us, they prefer to stay back with us. And they have rejected the offers made to them from the recruiter. So that's been a biggest of highlight for us. One is we're not boasting about the company and in terms of the culture, but it's more the transparency that we bring in. Every leader is approachable in the company, irrespective of the title or irrespective of the experience that we bring in, right? It's an open culture that we bring in. If you come to our office anytime when the pandemic is over, you will get to see that everyone sits together, right? We have cabins for the leaders, but we don't have doors, right? So that makes it easier for people to just walk in, and it's glass doors, right? So you can actually see what's happening, and you can easily walk in and speak to each other. And there is no concept of calling anybody sir or madam. It's all by first name. So it makes it easier, it's more fun. And we have a Buzzinger team which makes them, play games and introduce a lot of fun for them during these 3 months. And we also ask them to participate as a volunteer in the Buzzinger team. So they can come up with their creative ideas to actually work with the employees. So a lot of opportunities for them to learn, participate, and bring out the best in the company and for themselves. We have plenty of them. I mean, if you look at it, employees have actually made presentations, to all the employees. And during that presentations, they were so confident, believe me, it was not like they have just come out of college or they are doing their internship. They were like regular employees with experience of at least 2 to 3 years, right? That makes it interesting. The other one is the diversity we bring in, because we look at people, basically we look at gender to start with, a male-female ratio. We definitely have a very good ratio, close to 40-60 kind of a ratio that we have between women and men. Okay, that makes it interesting because that kind of talent is what we are looking for, because diversity is very important for us as a company, right? And today we can easily boast about 32-33% are women in our company, and the CEO and some of the leaders are women. We actually don't even look at the cover letters. We don't look at grades, of course, goes without saying, because that is one of the criteria for us to decide on whether we offer the online assessment to them. So 70% is something which is a cutoff for us, right? So we need to ensure that the interns are actually working on their grades as well, right, to start with. But more importantly is their attitude. Bring in themselves in terms of, I want to learn. I want to spend here where I will get the most of in terms of the learning capabilities, right? The company has to offer that, willing to offer you all as much as what you can learn from us, right, in those 3 months. So that is very, very critical for us, and we ask them to focus on those things. Now, don't rely only on the academics alone, but start looking broadly. Learn more than what has been told by the colleges, because that will help you. More in the space of the newer technologies that are in the market. You can probably go and do those courses either online, or you can do courses which are, in classroom environment. Doesn't matter. The more you acquire, the better chances for you to do well in your career. I'm not just looking at just internship, because a lot of companies actually only work on the basis of those internship for 3 months or 4 months, whatever that may be. I look at it as a career, right, for that individual. Now, once a person comes in, that internship should actually help, irrespective whether they join us or they join any other company. It should make a difference to them. When they look back fondly after 10 years or 20 years, they say that internship actually helped me. That is the basis on our internship. I have already given quite a few. I think getting them to, have fun, very important. Even when they're doing the academics, don't take it too seriously. Okay, concentrate and do well. Be passionate, right? Because when you're passionate, you can do anything very well, right? Don't do it just because somebody has forced you to do those kind of things. Don't choose a company because you have been asked to choose by somebody else. Do it because you love to do it, because you love to learn, because you love to perform that kind of a role that has been given to you. Sometimes you may not get everything in the platter, right? You're looking for a developer kind of a position, but you're given a testing kind of a role. It doesn't matter. That's an experience by itself. Take that on, because tomorrow you can always move internally and you can become a developer. And we have a lot of situations where interns have gone and testers, they became developers later, or vice versa, right? And they've also become customer facing as well. In 1 year's time, I've seen some of the interns who were converted as full-time employees. They have actually started becoming billable, right? They are billable resources in the first 1 year of coming in as recent college graduates. And that has been really, really exciting for us. And they've grown tremendously, right? So, and if you have an opportunity, come over, speak to our, those employees who have actually grown as interns, okay? Grown as employees, grown, in terms of doing services. I'll always be, happy to get them to come over to the office, any of the interns who are interested to come and speak. We look forward to working with any of the students or the colleges who are interested in pursuing this program. We would definitely reach out and and talk to them. We are willing, because we have a need for interns every year.